Good day, and welcome to another broadcast of Venture Capital Fund. Today, we are going to be doing a little deeper dive into what we call the 10x branding and marketing strategies. And this is a new series that we have started, and we believe that 10x branding and marketing is relevant to every business, small, medium, and large scale businesses. And today we're going to be looking at a pretty interesting topic surrounding what we call brand relevance and dual brand impact. Pretty interesting subject. However, before we get into today's conversation, do permit me to introduce myself. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the multiple best-selling author, the best-selling author for several books, including Manager's Toolkit and Billionaire Codes. These books would have already reached bestsellers. You can go to our sister company website, which is megamoneygy.com, www.megamoneygy.com. And on the front page of that website, you will see these books. You can make your purchase online. I also want to encourage you to navigate shopping, and you will see a range of master programs that we are offering. You can also subscribe to the website so you will get the daily broadcasts that we are bringing to you relating to business development and finance. Now, let me say this. It's important for every business to understand the importance of setting objective and planning, organizing resources to achieve the objective, communicating with and motivating your team, coordinating activities, and managing and controlling performance towards the objective that you want to accomplish. If you're not doing this with your business, you're not doing a business, you're doing a hustle. Now, along with this, it's important for you to understand financial intelligence. And by this, I mean it's important for you to understand more about the commercial financial sector, the investment financial sector, smart capital market. And I can assure you, a deep understanding of these systems will not only help you to understand how to access capital, but it will help you to understand how to mitigate your debt portfolio, how to up-level your equity capital gain, and how to better cash flow your business and your personal financing. So those are all issues that we go into with this program, Venture Capital Fund. Today's program comes to you with the kind compliments of 3 companies, and I will tell you about those companies in a bit. You would have heard me talk already about global branding and marketing, and now this program comes to you not only with the kind compliments of global branding and marketing, but it comes to you with the compliments of Venture Capital Inc. Now, Venture Capital Inc. is a new kid on the block, and our vision with the Venture Capital Inc. brand is to provide some kind of startup capital to small businesses. But along with this, we are going to provide all of the services that you need in branding and marketing and business modeling and project management and market research and business integration into local, regional, and international trade. And this is the kind of venture capital support that we see the local industry needs as the local industry takes the right step to leapfrog into third and fourth industrial revolution. So we have decided to start this brand in the interest of supporting business development, small, medium, and large scale businesses. Along with this, we have this program comes to you with the kind compliments of Mega Money Media. Mega Money Media, it's a media outlet that talks everything about financial system. So on this platform, you will definitely learn more about, stocks and shares, hedge funds. You would learn more about treasury bonds and corporate bonds. You learn everything that you need to learn about the investment financial sector, commercial financial sector, smart capital markets. And the umbrella company, which is Global Branded and Marketing, this is the arm of the organization that deals with everything branding and marketing. And the reality is this: if you don't have a brand, you don't have a business. And in developing your brand, it's important for you to understand that your brand needs to have internal impact and external impact. And if you don't know this, if your consultant, your mentor, your coach is not advising you on this, I want to advise you, talk to us. You can get some free consultation in terms of building a better business and building a better brand. Okay, so welcome on today's journey. Today we're going to be looking at a pretty interesting subject, and we call today's subject brand relevance and dual impact. All right, and of course we are talking about this, the 10x branding and marketing way. You want to be able to make larger than life impact on your customers, on your business growth, on your financing. And this program, designed by Venture Capital Inc., Mega Money Media, Global Branding and Marketing, is really designed to really help you to understand how to leverage these 10x systems. Now, the information, I must say this, the information that you're being provided with today, they are taken directly from my new book, which is The Psychology of Branding and Marketing, 10X Branding and Marketing, and How to Make the Larger Than Life Impact. So the title of that book is the Psychology of Branding and Marketing. You need to know this. Within those psychology, you will be learning everything about 10x branding and marketing and how to make a larger than life impact on your target market. All right, so let's do a little reading. I have 3 paragraphs from that book that I want us to read today, and what we're going to do is to take the time out to dissect what a paragraph is saying, and add some clarity to those paragraphs. And you see, that's the advantage in working with us at Global Branding and Marketing. We write the books, we do the research, we write the books, and we have that information there, but we don't just wait for you to read and interpret it how you want to interpret it. We take the time out and bring these kind of information to you so you have a better close-up and personal, support in terms of leveraging the information. I must also say this: at Global Branding and Marketing Venture Capital Fund, we offer mentorship, we offer coaching, we offer the support. That means that we literally get on the ground with you. We get our feet wet. We get, our hands and feet in the mud. That means we understand every single thing that you're going through, and we're going to be in a much better position to show you how to navigate those rough terrains. And working with us also, we will be giving you a number of new systems that you can use to up-level your brand. All right, so let's get into today's program. We are reading from chapter 1, and we're going to be looking at 3 chapters from my new book, which we call Psychology of Branding and Marketing. So the first paragraph simply states here, your corporate brand is designed to target at-school youth with an exceptional academic content and books, which include books, pencil, pens, school attire, and other apparel that are specific and relevant to the needs of youth. Now, this here is a statement because we're talking again about brand relevance and dual impact. And from the get-go here, is important for you to recognize that your brand, while it is going to be targeting young people with an excellent and exceptional academic program, and everything that the students may need to sustain themselves in the classroom. You want to impact young people, but in this case, you must have dual impact. Why so? Because depending on the age group, and that is say from the age of 3 to about 16, while you are targeting young people here, the young people are not the one making the purchasing decision. And this is one of the reasons why you need to have dual impact. So we're going to do some analysis here to really help you to understand the relevance of this when it comes to advertising copywriting. So let's look at the second paragraph. To achieve brand relevance, it is necessary that your products and services on offer must be specific to the consumer needs, wants, and expectations, and lifestyle, culture, and social class. And you would have heard me saying this at nausea. When you're targeting your specific demographic, it's important to take the time out when you want to build brand relevance to understand the needs, wants, and expectations, lifestyle, culture, and social class of your specific target market. In this case, you have a dual responsibility, and that is to understand what young people uh, dreams and hopes and aspirations are. That may be a difficult thing to understand because there are many factors that influence that. Social class influence those realities too. And it's important for you to understand where they're at, you know, at a child, where they're at psychologically, where they're at emotionally, and also the adults that makes the final decision in terms of where monies are going to be spent. So you need to take the time to understand the target market at these levels. And in this case, you have a dual responsibility, hence the topic, brand relevance and dual impact. Now, the last paragraph that we're going to be looking at before we start to dive into all of this, it reads, the messaging content in this regard, taking age-related factors into consideration, must be designed to appeal to the primary beneficiary and the adult who are expected to make the purchasing and investment decision. So that is said. Your advertising copywriting in this case must look at this. You want to make a larger than life impact on the beneficiary and the adult who will be making the purchase and the investment in your product. Now, there has to be a strategic game plan to make this happen. This is not going to be accidental, it has to be intentional. And it's important for you to have a strong advertising copywriter on your side that is capable of taking all of this into consideration. And in doing so, they're able to develop the advertising content to be able to achieve the objective. So we're going to be talking today a little bit about the advertising copywriter and the dual impact that they are challenged in this case to create. And we will be looking at the communication channel and brand relevance. Absolutely necessary information for you to have in the field of the 10x branding and marketing. You are not just targeting young people. In this case, you're not just targeting adult, you're targeting both parties. And to appeal to this audience, you must understand some deep-seated social, economic realities in relation to these social groups of people. Now, I want to emphasize here is what we're going to talk about the 10x youth demographic knowledge. This is something that you really want to spend the time to get enough skin in the game. You want to be able to go to the ground, again, not using speculative data, because in business there are many entrepreneurs that uses speculative data Now, what exactly is speculative data when it comes to demographic knowledge? You just sit in your office and you make a decision that young people like, you know, um, sweetie, or young people don't like to study, and you develop a value proposition based on that. And I'm saying that you want to discard with speculative data. You want to tread with caution when it comes to published data, and you want to really become a master at primary market intelligence, because here is where you're going to be able to make extract information that will allow you to make solid decisions in relation to the needs, wants, and expectations, dreams, hopes, and aspirations, and better understand the lifestyle cultural needs of this specific target market. So when we are talking about 10x youth demographic knowledge and value proposition appeal, we are talking here about going to that ground, getting the primary market intelligence, and using that primary market intelligence to be able to impact, create impact that is larger in life on the young demographic. All right. And when you get the book, my book, Psychology of Branding and Marketing, 10x Branding and Marketing, Creating Impact That Is Larger Than Life, you would get all of the information relevant to what I'm talking about here. I'm giving you some surface information, but when you get that book will give you a number of breakouts, um, lessons in terms of steps that you can take to attain that 10x youth demographic knowledge, and how to build your value proposition to be able to appeal to the young population with the academic content, with the various apparels that they need for their development as young people. So the book gets into all of that. The next thing that I want to talk about here, which I would have emphasized already, it is not just about you understanding, or having a 10x understanding of your youth demographic, but it's also absolutely necessary for you to have a 10x understanding of the adult demographic. All right, you need to take that time out to engage with parents and ask parents about what are their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations for their children. Really get the skin in the game, so you are not again using speculative data. You're not using outdated secondary data. You're going to the ground and you're getting primary information in relation to what are the dreams and hopes and aspirations of the adult population as relates to your primary demographic. So in this case, you're the beneficiary of the exceptional academic content that you're going to provide are the young people. But the adults are the one who will be investing those monies and making those purchasing decisions. So you have to be able to appeal to both of these demographics. Your content has to be relevant to young people. The content has to be relevant to the dreams and hopes and aspirations that those parents will want to have or should have for their children. So in this case, again, we're saying that your brand intention value trait, which is your BIVT, your brand intention value trait, has to also be built out to complement those dreams, hopes, and aspirations that the adult may have. These are some technical areas of the branding and marketing. And again, if you do not have a and marketing consultant, reach out to us. Let us work with you and build a 10x, branding and marketing system that can literally help to fast track the development of your operation. All right, and these are things, they're really, really necessary. They're absolutely necessary. There are people that I'm fully aware that you're in the market and you do not know who is your specific target market. You do not know who is your market size. You do not know, market density and market dispersion. But at the end of the day, when you go to the financial institution asks you to do a financial projection of the business operation. The financial institution asks you to develop a business plan. And what you do, you go back to your office or you contact somebody that writes project documents and they do a speculative analysis. And when you come to us, the venture capitalists really start to, ask you very pertinent questions and ask you to represent the documentation. And of course, because of the field that we are in, we understand the market size, density, and dispersion. And when we look at your document and we see it does not correspond, and we see that you're guessing here, it doesn't make a good impression on our mind to want to invest with you, to want to work with you, to help you to scale your business, your idea with your brand, with local, regional, and international, relevance. It is telling us that you're not taking what you're doing serious enough to commit that time, talent, and resources to understand what you're doing. If you don't know, I want to advise you, come to us. Let us give you some advice. Let us help you, develop the right systems, do the right thing to ensure that you can get that fighting chance to scale your operation. Just do not do speculative analysis when you're going out there. Get enough skin in the game to know your market and to know your competition and to know your value proposition, to understand your differentiating factors. Very important things for you to understand. All right. So coming back to the subject matter, we talk about the 10x youth demographic knowledge and building the value proposition to appeal here. We talk about the 10x adult demographic knowledge and building the BIVT, which is the brand intention value trait, building it to appeal to the adults. Now, to be able to do all of this, you need to have an excellent script writer. You need to have an excellent script writer. And I would have talked already about before the script writer can do his job as a 10x script writing ability. His 10x script writing ability ultimately depends on his knowledge of the youth population, his knowledge of the adult demographic, his knowledge of the market. And it is about taking these information and crafting it in the most crafty, savvy way that ensures that you achieve impact with the youth demographic and the adult demographic. And when you get my book, you will get these information. When you come into our masterclass, you'll get this information. When you become a client of Global Branding and Marketing, we work with you in all of this just to ensure that monies are not being wasted in script writing, because I can tell you, hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars are invested across the world every year in the advertising copywriting. And it's important for you to know that your advertising copywriter is taking you and your branding and your clientele serious enough to do the research and ensure that what they are writing will have the right emotional and demographic appeal to those target audience. All right, so script writing again is not waking up and saying that I have the ability to speak fluently, to write fluently, and you just use that as your yardstick to do the advertising 10x script writing. No, to be able to master this 10x script writing ability, it's about the market intelligence about your target market. And I talk about this and I can't emphasize this enough. And it's about extracting that body of knowledge and doing the ad. Now, the other thing that I must talk about, because I've spent over 25 years in the advertising and branding industry, and my experience clearly tells me that there are many persons in business. What you tend to do is to cluster 10, value proposition into one ad. And that's not the way you do it. You would never see Milo taking three of his products and clustering it into one. If they're advertising, Milo's Milo, they wouldn't do Milo and Ovaltine in one ad, they wouldn't do Milo and chocolate chips and, in one ad. They have individual advertising developed for the specific brand, and there are reasons for that. I know you're going to say, okay, well, developing economy don't have the cash flow to do it those individual ads, but I'm saying to you that when you cluster these value proposition into one ad, what you're doing here, you're not helping because there's only so much information you can communicate in 30 seconds, in 45 seconds, in 60 seconds. And when you put 3, 4, 5 different items, this simply means that you are not communicating enough information to the public that will allow them to make informed and educated decision as to why they should shop at you. And we talk about this. We talk about the 5-second rule of branding and marketing. We talk about the 9 fundamental steps of branding and marketing. And to be able to effectively achieve it, you cannot do these clustering. And I'm saying this to you as a professional. I'm saying this to you not because we want to cash flow maximize, but I'm saying it to you because we are prepared to say to you, we can do your advertising at zero cost. So that's not an issue any longer. You're not thinking now about a high cost of doing it. We can do it for you at zero cost. All right. For us, it's about ensuring that we can help you, the client, to achieve maximum impact in terms of your, 10x in your script writing and producing that ad and making the strongest impact on your target market. So let's quickly recap on some of the things that we look at in this program. We talk about the attention grabber. And to grab the attention, those things has to be built into the ad. You have to be specific. And we talk about the interest speakers. All of that has to be incorporated into the ad. We talk about arousing desire. One ad has to be able to do all of this. We talked about getting the specific target audience to take action towards your products and services. So if you cluster several ads, you're not saying enough about the one value proposition to achieve all of this. All right, so you cancel out the possibility of all of this happening. All right, so again, reach out to us if capital is your problem. We have a strong advertising team for over 25 years, and we are prepared to do some, service to businesses to really help you to get off, to scale with local, regional, and international relevance. So reach out to us without hesitation. All right, so again, to become a 10x script writer, to master this 10x script writing ability, it's not about imagination. It's not about your skill set to write, and articulate words. It's about the knowledge that you have about your specific target market and your ability to extract the relevant information, up level it into script writing, where you can have impact, you can grab attention, all right? You can, pique interest, you can arouse desire, you can get the potential clients to take action, you can make impact, and a range of different things. Your advertising scriptwriter is that person. We have a team of that at Global Branding and Marketing. Now, along with this, the advertising, the 10x scriptwriter ability must be able to take all of the above into consideration. And you also have to have that 10x value proposition. Knowledge, you must have that 10x. Again, the value proposition that you're going to be proposing, the brand intention value trade that you're going to be proposing to the market, it is going to be largely based on the research that you would have done. The research that tells you that the youth target market, these are their likes. They like, the gadgets. They like, certain types of cell phone at this age. Can you now innovate a new product, a new service that allows digital learning to become an easier thing? Now, since young people spend so much of time on the digital platform, you build educational content. Perhaps your exceptional education content comes in a digital form, and it gives the kind of incentive that really motivate young people here. Just think about this. Is it easier to sell this to parents? Definitely so. So the value proposition must be able to take all of this into consideration. Your brand intention value trip must be able to take all of this into consideration in going to the market. And this is why it is so important for you to understand the youth market and to understand the adult market. In this case, the youth are the beneficiary of the exceptional educational content, but it's the adult has to pay for it. So you need to ensure that you are both inspiring young people with your value proposition, and you're certainly making impact on the minds of the parent that is larger than life, that communicates to them that your content is the content that is going to make their kids 10x smart. They're going to be smarter than many other persons who are not exposed to the content of the exceptional academic content that you're going to be providing to them. And you got to be genuine about this. This is no bluff and fluffs. Your value proposition must be able to communicate clearly the intention of your brand, and you must ensure that you have every single system in place to achieve the promise. And again, this is again why we talk about this a lot. And our program, we say that your value proposition, your brand, uh, which is a part of your value proposition. Your value proposition represents every single thing in your organization. Your brand represents everything in your organization. And you heard us say this before. Your brand must have internal impact, systemization strategies. You want to have the internal systems that really, make the people who are at work happy and highly motivated, can actually self-actualize. Because if you compromise here, you're going to be compromising when it comes to quality customer care. You're going to be compromising when it comes to, making impact that is larger than life on the customer. You're going to be compromised when it comes to, you know, growing your business with local, regional, and international relevance, and you will be compromising on the financial, scalability of your operation. So you have to get the internal cultural systemization systems properly developed. We work with you on all of this. And the other part of the brand intention value trait is the public intention. Your brand must have clear intention, value trait, and is how it's going to add value and fix problems for the public. In this case, you are dealing with both the children and you're dealing with their parents. Every parent wants the best for their children. All right. So I trust you taking notes on these lessons. Absolutely necessary content. So we work with you and really getting into the belly. We strip all of the fat, we come down to the bones, we peel it up back and ensure that when you're going out there to do branding and marketing, you have all of these systems in place to be able to make a 10x branding and marketing impact, a 10x larger than life impact on your customers and your business growth and on your financing. Now, I want us to dig in deep now a little bit so into the communication channel and brand relevance. We looked at this in our last program, and I just wanted to spend a little bit more time going into it. Because guess what? Everything that I've just said, we talk about the 10x youth demographic knowledge and building your value proposition to appeal to them. We talk about your 10x adult demographic knowledge and building your value, your brand intention value trait to be able to connect with them. We talk about the 10x script writing ability, and we talk about the 10x value proposition knowledge. But all of this can go to waste. All of it can go to waste And that means you're going to be wasting time, talent, and resources. A lot of monies are going to be wasted here if you do not take the time out to understand your communication channel and brand relevance. All right, you need to understand your communication channel and brand relevance. And this again, in our program, we talk to you about the dash mark, defining your advertising goal for measure advertising results. And the communication channel is very key to all of this because you may have everything that I just spoke about above, but if the communication channel that you're using is not relevant to the specific target market, you have a problem here. So let's talk a little bit about media and target audience relevance. Now, the relevance is based on a number of things. You might have a television station that has national reach and international reach, but the contents that they're bringing, the content is not relevant to the specific target market. You need to understand this. Again, this is why I keep saying a deep understanding, a 10x understanding of your target market will tell you what programs they are looking at, will tell you what programs they have an interest in, will tell you what program they rush home to watch after school. All right, you want to know all of this. So when you're placing that ad in the mass media, you know exactly what are those relevant entities to place the ad. In the absence of this, you're wasting a lot of your clients' money. And I'm certain the clients are not picking up this money from a tree. So all of these things are absolutely necessary information for you to have. It's not just about the advertising copywriter. It's now about the communication channel and brand relevance. All right, so we talk now about media and target audience reach. All right, now you want to reach, you want to ensure that you're reaching the specific target market. Now to reach, the media again may be established, the media may have the reach in terms of the communication reach, but in terms of the programming to reach the specific target market based on their needs and wants and expectation, based on their, their dreams and hopes and aspirations, you are not, you don't have the programming content to be able to reach your specific target market. Now, has the branding and marketing specialist, the advertising copywriter, the person who's in control of the dashboard, defining the advertising goal for measure advertising results, you need to look into all of these things. All right. It's not just about saying I'm going to take the biggest television station that can reach across the world, but then they don't have the program content that allows you to reach your specific target market. That can be a serious waste of capital. All right, so you want to be able to look at it. Now we looked at media and target audience impact. Good. Now when you're reaching, you want to make impact. And impact is not only based on the reach, it's not only based on reaching, it's not only based on the geographical strength of the media. It's not only based on the programming content to reach the specific audience, but you now want to make impact, and impact is not only based on all of that, it is based on your knowledge, again, of the specific target market. So this comes right back to the advertising copywriter, the cultural anthropologist that is digging deep to get this information and then up leveling them into advertising copywriting content for radio, television, newspaper, social media to be able to reach your specific target market. So very, very important concepts for you to understand. And the other thing that I'm going to add here, it makes sense, a lot of sense, to develop what we call media and independent communication channel. In my book, The Psychology of Branding and Marketing, 10x Branding and Marketing, how to make larger than life impact on the consumer, your business growth, and your financing, we give a whole host of justification why having an independent communication channel can really help your business, your idea, your brand. I'm going to say it, this is not going to be the easiest thing to build this up. For many companies, it takes many, many years for this to happen. But let me get this to you. You're successful at this. You're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. All right. Taking all the other factors into consideration, and we work with you to ensure that you develop that unstoppable capability in scaling up your business, your ideas, and your brand. Now, failing to do these things that we are talking about, it can cost you millions and hundreds of millions, or it costs businesses millions and hundreds of millions of dollars annually. And you want to stop that hemorrhaging. All right? You want to stop hemorrhaging the loss of much needed capital. Those capital can go back into product research. It can go back into product innovation. It can go back into scaling your operation, diversifying your business. It can go back into increasing your profitability of your organization. You don't want to have wastage in your branding and marketing system. All right, so I trust that today you really enjoy the content that we brought to you today. And I want to say that I want you to feel free to reach out to us at Venture Capital Fund, Global Branding and Marketing, Mega Money Media. We are here to provide a professional service to you to really help you to scale your business, your idea, your brand with local, regional, and international relevance. We have a team of PFA, professional financial advisors, personal financial advisors. We have a team of accountants, a team of business consultants, a team of lawyers we will be working with soon, particularly so in dealing with the venture capital fund operation that we are currently looking at, and to really give you that comprehensive range of services to get you out there and to ensure that you are successful. Now, we have decided to do all of this because for many, many years we have been hearing that over 20% of businesses fail within the first year, and over 50% of business startups fail within the first 5 years. We want to stop the hemorrhaging because you're failing not necessarily because you have a bad product or service idea. You're failing because you might be an expert in fashion design, you might be an expert in doing cosmetology, you might be an expert in producing some kind of organic product, but you're not an expert in marketing. And in most cases, you don't have the capital to really invest in marketing and branding, to invest in market research, to invest in building the strongest business systems, to invest in, project management. You don't have the capital to do that. So largely because of this, you're going to become a hustler. And sometimes I find it very strange, we take a small business leader and we try to make them become a jack of all trades, meaning that they have to do the financial, they have to do the market research, they have to do the graphic design, they have to do the market integration, they literally have to do everything. Um, and along with that, they have to go back to the production desk and produce and get back into the market. That is literally stretching yourself thin. You will not. The nature of doing all of that is going to cripple you from the beginning. So you need to have an integrated setup support system that can really give you an opportunity to grow and strive. And that's what we're here for at Global Branding and Marketing, Venture Capital Inc., and Mega Money Media. So again, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature. I am the multiple best-selling author for Manager's Toolkit and Billionaire Code. My newest book is going to be out shortly, which is The Psychology of Branding and Marketing. Today's lesson came directly from that book, and I want to encourage you to reach out to me right now and let us start to work with you and give you the technical support that you need to really scale. Get a copy of that book, and I'll be teaching you the entire book in our masterclass session. All right. So be blessed, and we look forward to see you in person, to see you on the other side. Remember, it's COVID-19 and you need to do everything that you can do to protect yourself and protect your loved one. Be smart, okay? And see you.